I know so many times my head is so full that it's as if it's going to burst because I'm like, I have a whole lot to do. So today I'll be sharing the things that help me when it comes to improving my productivity. The first thing I do basically is to delegate. Delegation helps me a whole lot. Know the things that you and only you alone can do, and the things that you can actually get someone to do for you. I know when I started the Women Lighthouse, I was the one doing everything. I was the one basically organizing everything that had to do with my podcast, the editing, the recording, the developing of my scripts, the publicity, the sourcing for guests, the interviews. Like I was like a one-man squad. Yes, I was enjoying it. I was learning through the process, but it was just so demanding, coupled with the fact that I have a day 9 to 5. I have kids, 2 young kids that are under 5 years old, and I'm also schooling. But how am I able to handle all those things without dropping the balls? Delegation helped me a lot. So basically, having someone to help me out with chores at home was a whole lot of help. Then over time, with time, I now hired some people that help me in doing certain things with regards to Women Lighthouse, like a social media manager, a community manager, a graphics designer. So it just helps to make things a bit easy. Another thing is taking breaks. When I feel so overwhelmed, when I feel so tired, I just decide to just take a break. Like, let me rest. I even forgot to tell you, I also homeschool my kids. So most times as women, we juggle so much that we do not just know when to stop. So if you're feeling exhausted, you're feeling burnt out, it's important for you to take breaks. I know I did a series on homeschooling and all that, which would air on the Women Lighthouse podcast. So to find out how I get to handle my homeschooling experience, you can check that out. And this is really a good time for you to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, so that when that episode airs, you will be the first to know. Another thing that helps me is journaling. I love to journal. In fact, I know I've shared how I have so many ideas. I could be just doing something randomly or talking to someone randomly, and the Holy Spirit is just pouring in ideas. So I noticed that for any time I did not take note of those ideas, and I'm like, okay, later I would write it down. When it's time to write it down, I would like crack my brain and I just can't remember. And when I say journaling, I don't mean like sitting to write a very long journal expressing what's within me. No, I mean like taking notes, just take notes of what's in my head, something I have to do, any ideas that come up, pending tasks that I have to complete. So I get to do that. So what works for you, basically, wherever you want to pen things down, but preferably your phone will be a better option, because even if you are on the go, you can easily pick up your phone and just write it and keep it there. Then later on, when you're settled, you revisit it and develop on it. Like, it works for me like magic. Another thing that helps me is planning ahead. Like, I'm a 100% planner. I love to plan. So I always, ahead of time, if it's within the home front, meal prepping. I know it's something I started learning to do more frequently now, to prep at least some basic things with regards to my meals. It just helps to relieve me of the stress so that I don't have to always want to cook things from scratch all the time. Then just planning everything I have to do. Planning, like now that I'm into what I do with Women Lighthouse, podcasting and all, I plan like to the T, plan for my webinars, plan for my IG sessions, plan for actually my podcast interviews or the solo episodes I have to, like, these are the things that I would love to work on, possible guests I want to invite. Everything is all planned out. It's a document that is there with the detailed plans. And as I implement the plan, I tick it off. It works for me a whole lot. For me, I always love to have a backup plan. Like, I'm the queen of backup plans. Most times, I don't always have one plan. But definitely, when you're working with God, there are times when it's like, God, just have your way. You are my only plan A, plan B, plan C. There are days like that. But most times I try, for things I have control over, I try to ensure that there's a backup plan just in case my plan A doesn't work. And the last thing that helps me with improving my productivity as a busy woman is prioritizing. One day my auntie said, "Your best word is prioritizing." And I was like, really? Oh, okay. I love to prioritize based on the things that are urgent and the things that are important. What are those things that are, I start with things that are important. When I know the things that are important to me, I now categorize them based on urgency and the ones that are not urgent. So the things that are important are urgent are the things that I handle first. I make sure I pay attention to them before I now move on to the things that are important and not urgent. Like for me, my family is important. I do not joke with family. I do not joke with family. I prioritize my family. My family is like on top of the list. My work with God is important. I do not joke with my work with God, my spiritual growth. It's important. And recently, my fitness is important. Like I am on a journey to 10,000 steps a day. So I began this January with 5,000 steps and have been smashing my 5,000 step goals and over exceeding them, getting up to like 7,000 steps, at least 8,000 steps, and it's been great. So you see the beauty of planning. When I plan and say, oh, my fitness is important, I break it down and say, how am I going to achieve this, my goal? And what are some of the challenges I will experience? So you see the importance of bringing in these 5 things I've said: knowing how to delegate, knowing how to plan ahead of time, prioritizing, then also taking breaks in between, and journaling. These are the things that help me to improve my productivity as a busy woman. And I can assure you, if you're going to put this into consideration and practice them, it's definitely going to help you achieve the same results and more. Thank you for listening to my video today. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe so that you can be updated with more helpful, relatable content about women's lifestyle and health. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.